Because, as everybody knows, this week is VMware Explore. And during the show, Broadcom announced that its VMware Cloud Foundation platform will soon support AMD GPUs and include a preview of an AI agent to help automate IT tasks. VCF Private AI Services will become a standard feature in VCF 9.0. And new support for Anthropic's Model Context Protocol and S3 storage will give AI agents broader data access. These updates will let IT teams deploy, monitor, and securely share AI models across AMD and NVIDIA GPUs, while also unifying compute, storage, and networking to simplify AI workloads. You know what that means? Lower costs, better management of growing AI environments. Al, I know that we've talked recently about VCF 9.0. Do you think the news that they're expanding to include AMD GPUs is going to help drive adoption?
Well, I think it's a pretty significant thing that the AMD GPUs are being added to the support for the NVIDIA GPUs that has been around for a while. It's vital to have options for offload, and particularly with the cost and availability problems with those NVIDIA GPUs, the AMD ones may well be a very serious option for customers. I know cost-conscious customers have often used AMD CPUs in their VMware virtualization hosts. I've definitely seen that as a rise, say, particularly cost-conscious customers. And the AMD GPUs will probably appeal to some of those same customers, particularly if they're more available than getting your hands on some of the NVIDIA GPUs that have been in short supply. We've seen backlogs of server supply because the server vendors simply cannot get hold of enough of the NVIDIA GPUs, so support for the AMD ones could be very significant. I think it's really significant also in here that there's this addition of the S3 API to vSAN storage. And this is another of the pieces of the announcement. It's not just that the VMware Private AI service supports S3, it's that the storage cluster built into VMware Cloud Foundation or licensed along with VMware Cloud Foundation and vSAN supports not just its own storage protocol, but is providing an S3 interface as well. We do see a lot of storage of data for AI pipelines landing on S3 compatible storage. It's the most widely known standard for object storage, and I think that's a really significant element. Definitely this idea of driving efficiency of resources, avoiding islands of resources for different AI projects, which is one of the problems that we do end up seeing is these little islands of AI resource for one application and then island of AI resource for another application. We see that as technologies are early. We've always seen this in new pieces of technology. It gets adopted on a very tactical basis by each business unit and then progressively comes into that central support in the core IT organization. And that's really, I think, what's being targeted here, bringing the delivery of AI into just being one of those core infrastructures that is delivered by central infrastructure teams. And this is where the VCF VMware Cloud Foundation product, and then adding the private AI as a standard component of VCF. A little bit of a concern on this is there's no timeline given for support of these AMD GPUs and the ROCm framework that's used to distribute jobs across them. We'll see how that rolls over time and just how long it takes before Broadcom is shipping this stuff and customers can actually use it. Probably fairly fast would be my guess. They've been doing pretty well at spending the R&D money on the things that are important to large companies. So we should see this move reasonably fast, and hopefully we'll get to cover this at an event in the near future. I know we've covered VMware Private AI at previous events with Tech Field Day. We should see some more of this too.